teams being introduced right now. Belgian team coming out to the first base line. And today they will definitely be in the underdog role. They finished 4th place in the A pool with victories against Austria and Croatia, but losing to the favorites in that group earlier on this week, Spain, France, and Italy. And their opponent naturally the favorite in this tournament, most likely, together with Italy, and you might say the underdogs or the surprise.
Number 2 left fielder, Number 25 catcher, Henrik Clementina. Number 35.
Welcome to Bonn, Germany. Welcome to this broadcast of the second game in the quarterfinals of the European Baseball Championships. I'm John Klumpers, and I'll be taking you through this game between Low Country neighbors Holland, the Netherlands, versus Belgium. The Belgian team already out on the first base line, having been introduced, and the Dutch players now coming to the third base line, having been introduced with the rest of the team. Coming out, the Dutch, naturally the favorites in this game. They have lost only one time, and that is a surprising loss, I think you could say, to the Czech Republic on the second day, although it was actually their first official game, because their first game was suspended due to darkness. That was versus Great Britain in Zolingen. They then lost the next day to the Czech Republic. That was on Sunday. But now the national anthems. Belgium national anthem. They're wearing black in this game. Now the Dutch national anthem. Two teams go to greet each other. Goeiedag, we could say, as the Dutch will be playing Belgium. Probably should also say bonjour, so that the French or French-speaking Belgian fans understand. And for those few German speakers in Belgium, guten Tag. The Netherlands wearing their traditional orange, oranje, familiar to most anybody who's lived in Europe long enough. The managers are out at home plate, exchanging the lineups. As I was saying, Belgium, the underdog in this game, as they'll be looking to to get connected to some of those victories, the ones they had against Croatia and Austria, but certainly a tough task at hand. And looking at the batting lineup for Belgium, it'll be on leadoff, Lionel Reina. Following him, second spot, Benjamin Dille. Third, Thomas de Wolf. The cleanup hitter, Sam Boermans. In the 5 spot, Steven de Lanoy. Dennis de Quint following him. Jamie Verheilwegen, or Verheilwegen, in the 7 spot, Axel Poesmans in the 8 slot, and the 9th hitter will be Benjamin Goffol. Pitching today for Belgium is Arthur Driessens. He's pitched once already in this tournament. That was only on September 10th. Just, what day do we have today? The 13th. So on 3 days rest, they put their pitcher Driessens back on the mound. And in the field for the Netherlands, in the battery, the starting pitcher today is Anthem. He won his game against Great Britain. The catcher is Clementina. Going around the horn, first base Smith. The second baseman is Dahl. That is the brother Carlton Dahl. Shortstop is Polonius. Scope will play third base. In left field, Rafaela. Center fielder is Bernardina. And playing right field is Sams. And the Dutch pitcher with an impressive performance in that very first game against Great Britain. He went 6 innings. Anthem went 6 innings of scoreless or no earned runs and picked up the win. As that game was finally completed on September 11th, just 2 days ago. They beat Great Britain in that one 10-2. On that same day, the Netherlands reclaimed their stake to the strongest team in the pool by defeating surprise team in this tournament, I think is safe to say, Israel. They beat them soundly 13-4, and the defending champions letting the rest of the tournament teams know, you're going to contend with us, you're going to go through us if you're going to win. And it'll be exciting. The first game of the first quarter final is already complete, and in that one, Israel advanced. They beat France, so the second place team in the A pool. Israel won 8-2 versus the French. They jumped all over the French starting pitcher, got to a 7-0 lead by the end of 4 innings, and they won 8-2. Currently, Austria and Croatia are playing on the field neighboring us. We may hear an occasional cheer now and then from the game over there. As I walked past it, Austria were leading, but that was a good 20 minutes ago. They were beating Croatia 3-0. The starting pitcher, Anthem, taking his warm-up pitches. He, as I said, he won his first and only game of the tournament so far against Great Britain, pitching 6 innings of scoreless ball. And that's what Belgium's going to have to contend with. 2-3 overall in this tournament so far, the Belgians, against the 4-1 Netherlands and the defending champions. And leading off for Belgium is the left-handed hitter, Lionel Reina. So far in this tournament, he's batting .300. He started 2 games. And he's getting the call today to play left field. And as a left-hander, probably got the preference. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Strike 1 from Anthem to Reina. Second pitch is in, and he lines that one for fair ball. And Reina down the left field line into the corner. And already a leadoff double after just 2 pitches. Belgium not going to go down naturally. They're going to go down kicking if they're going to go down, and they put a big kick in there. The very first hit of the game, the second pitch of the game, as Reina strokes that one right down the left field line. No chance for the left fielder Rafaela, who has to go into the corner to dig that ball up and get it back into the infield. Leadoff double And that brings up Benjamin Dille. He's the second baseman for the Belgians. So far in this tournament, Dille is batting modest 133. He takes the first pitch high for ball one. Elena leading off at second base. The infield playing normal depth. Also not shading really one way or the other, slightly to left field against the right-handed hitter Dille. Pitch comes in, and there's a line shot back up the middle, and third base coach for Belgium puts the brakes on there, and the ball gets past the catcher, and in goes Lena with the go-ahead lead after the throw from center fielder. Bernardina bounced over the catcher Clementina and past the pitcher Anthem. So not only does the run score Lena, but Dille can advance on the air on that throw by the center fielder Bernardina. And already we have 1-0 first score of the game after simply 4 pitches. Dille could advance to second base after that errant throw. Runner in scoring position. The Belgians strike early. Batting now is the right fielder Thomas de Wolf. That pitch is outside for ball one. Well, Anthem takes already the first earned run of this tournament on 2 base hits, surrendered in the first 2 batters. Wind up in the pitch, and that's in for a strike. Right at the knees, hard throwing, tall right-hander for the Netherlands. Anthem, number 40, gets the sign. Looks back, and the pitch, that's low and in the dirt, and Dille can advance to third easily as the ball did not hit the batter. He could skip out of the way, De Wolf. Look at that again, and makes a big difference. If it hits him, then Dille remains on second base. Already, Belgium making their mark and putting pressure on both the pitcher and the catcher, you could say, because both the pitcher and the catcher looked a little surprised on the throw to home plate, or they just didn't expect the ball to bounce the way it did. And that's the second, and that goes to the second baseman Dahl, who corrals it in to throw to first, but the run scores on the out, and that's an that's an RBI for De Wolf, giving Belgium already a 2-0 lead. Big surprise, you could say. The Belgians have not scored a lot of runs in this tournament, but they're leading 2-0 on some good play, pulling that ball over to the right side so that the run will score. Thomas de Wolf out on a 4-3 ground out. And stepping to the plate is the designated hitter, Sam Boermans, who fouls back the first pitch. Boermans already in this tournament with a .211 batting average, and can't check, or that pitch is a strike. Puts him in the hole 0-2. So 1 out now, and Belgium have plated 2 runs already. Next pitch comes and swings at that ball to go down on a strikeout. 2 outs now, and Anthem doesn't have to worry about any runners. And coming up is another left-handed hitter for the Belgians, who recognize how important it is against a right-hander that you get left-handers in the lineup. This is Steven Delanoy, and his ball to fly to the left fielder, Rafaela, who corrals it in, and not before 2 runs come across the plate for Belgium to put the underdog in the early lead. And we'll be coming back in a few moments. You're listening and watching on the Baseball Softball TV Network, the European Baseball Championships. Back already to look at the batting order. The lineup for the Dutch, the European Baseball champions, the defending champions. And leading off will be number 1, Curt Smith, the second baseman. Then the center fielder, Roger Benadina, number 50, is in second slot. Batting third, Curt Smith, the first baseman, followed by cleanup hitter Charlin Scope. Ademar Rafaela, been a real big hitter in this tournament so far. He's batting fifth. Hendrik Clementina is next, followed by Sams and Dwayne Campbell in the 8th slot, and lastly John Polonius. In the field for Belgium, starting pitcher, I already mentioned, Driesens. Behind the plate, Poesmans. At first base is Verheelenwegen. The second baseman is Dilla. Shortstop de Quint. Third base is Gafo. In left field is Reina, who's already scored. Center fielder is Delanoy. And in right field is De Wolf. Starting pitcher Driesens, in his first performance, he pitched against France in a losing effort, 12-2. He's surrendered in the game against France in 4 2/3 innings. He gave up 6 runs, but only 3 of them earned, as the French were quite successful, batting .409 against the right-hander from Belgium. He's 0-1 with an ERA, 5.79 from that first game. And stepping into the plate is the Netherlands' second baseman, Kaltendahl. Kaltendahl, so far in this tournament, and we're going to notice some pretty high numbers because the Netherlands do have good hitters and good players. He's batting .435 in 5 games. First pitch comes for strike 1. Dahl sees first pitch and trying to get a feel for how Driesens will be pitching to him. Takes strike 1. Next pitch comes, and a little bit off speed there. He fouls back for strike 2. 0-2 already the count to Kaltendahl. Second baseman already with 10 hits in this tournament and 6 RBIs. Very impressive so far. The second baseman for Holland, and that pitch gets over the pitcher's head and bounds into center field. A big turn there by Dahl as the ball comes back into second base, and a leadoff single for the Netherlands. Already the Netherlands want to respond to those 2 runs, and begins with a single right back up the middle over the head of pitcher Driesens. And that brings up the center fielder, Roger Bernardina, the batting average so far in this tournament of .286, including 1 home run, and I should say almost home runs, a lot of home runs in this tournament so far for the Netherlands. In this starting lineup, they have 11 home runs combined. First pitch was in for strike. The second pitch comes, and that's off of his fist for foul ball for strike 2. Kaltendahl, the runner on first base, has had 1 steal, 1 attempt in this tournament. Driesens certainly doesn't want to forget him, as he gets the sign from the catcher Poesmans. Pitch comes in, and a line drive over the head of the shortstop, and already 2 batters, 2 hits. These 2 singles for the Netherlands, and that puts Dahl on second base. Bernardina with the hit. Coming up to the plate is the right-handed hitter Curt Smith. He's batting .263 in this tournament. Also has a home run, 5 RBIs total. Runners on first and second for Holland, nobody out. Pitch comes in, and curveball goes deep. And the center fielder for Belgium right at the fence. And it looked like he was going to catch the ball, but it went just over his glove. And as fast as you can say, Verheelenwegen for the Holland are ahead now, 3-2 on a three-run home run by Curt Smith. Let's look at that again one more time because Delanoy looked like he was under that nicely, and I think he just underestimated that the ball was a tad bit higher because he could have jumped to catch that, I think, and he's disappointed. But that home run turns the game around. As fast as Belgium went in the lead, the Netherlands respond with a 3-run homer and take the lead 3-2. Curt Smith with a big home run. Bringing up third baseman Charlon Sculp, a right-handed hitter. He's batting in this tournament .455. And he takes strike 2. 0-2 count. And the third baseman sees that ball go outside for ball 1. 1-2 to Sculp. Already 5 runs have crossed the plate in the first inning. And a big swing for strike 3 to Charlon Sculp. Gleasons gets the first out of the inning with the strikeout of the third baseman, Charlon Sculp. Coming to the plate, the most prolific home run hitter in this tournament so far is left-handed hitter and left fielder Ademar Lifaela with 5 dingers and 14 RBIs. He watches the first pitch for strike 1. Lifaela has also hit .450. And Gleason's has to be careful with just about every batter in this Holland lineup. And that second pitch is fouled back for strike 2. 0-2 the count. We got 1 out at the bottom of the first inning, and the score already 3-2. Batters connecting early, possibly before the pitchers are completely warmed up and get in a groove. And that's frequently the case, and that ball is high for ball 1 to Lifaela. A big left fielder. Belgium playing him to pull. Shortstop more or less directly behind second base. And that curveball is outside for ball 2. Evens the count. 2-2 to Ademar Lifaela. Slugging percentage of a mighty 1.250. Next pitch comes. That one's high for ball 3. Full count now after falling behind 0-2. 3-2 is the count with 1 out. Gleasons gets the sign. Poosmans is ready, and so is Lifaela, and he lines one over the right field fence, and that was about as fast as you could see a ball fly. The right fielder could barely turn around before that ball was over the plate. Lifaela with home run number 6 in this tournament. 6 games, 6 home runs. The score now 4-2. As the left fielder left no doubt about that ball. The only thing that might have been in question was whether it would have stayed fair. The Gleasons finding the competition here to be extremely good, and can be thankful that his teammates put 2 runs on the board before he got to the mound. Clementina is now at the plate. That's Holland, Team Holland's catcher, and he takes strike 1 like so many. The Dutch batters waiting to see what happens in the second pitch. also deep into the trees over center right field, or right center field. And all of a sudden, the score is now 5-2. A home run by Hendrik Clementina, the catcher. And the Dutch dugout below me, directly below me, is buzzing. Of course it should be. And stunned faces in the Belgium dugouts and on the field as yet another ball is launched over the fence. It's taking almost a batting practice type character here, as the velocity, but for Gleason's just not that what Intema has. And that brings up Kalian Sams, the right fielder. Sams in this tournament, he's batting .267, also with 1 home run already. And he sees strike one, counts now even, 1-1. Gleason gets the sign. And the pitch a little high. And making the count 2-1 to the right fielder, right hitting right fielder. Was 2 RBIs so far in this tournament, 6 bases on ball. And that ball just a tad low. 3-1 the count. Now to Sams. Oh, the Team Netherlands not messing around here and responding. And ball 4-2. Sams with home runs already in this inning by Curt Smith, the home run hitter of this tournament, Ademar Rafaela, and followed by him back-to-back Hendrik Clementina. We have 1 out. Stepping to the plate now after that walk to Sams is Dwayne Kemp. He's the designated hitter with a very, very wide stance. And he sends one past the shortstop into left field to the left fielder, Elena. And Sams can advance to second base after a single by Dwayne Kemp. Question would be already is if the Belgian bullpen is not getting active. It's a time now already for the first meeting at the mound. As watch that replay when Dwayne Kemp lined that shot past the shortstop, and manager for Team Belgium, Sven Hendricks, trying to do what he can together with the catcher Poesmans to get out of this inning. Calling the play, or calling the balls and strikes today are Sergei Makochechev from France, Torsten Holoff is the first base umpire from Germany, and Yuri Kulpa at third base from the Czech Republic. Oh, the 9th batter of this inning, John Polonius, steps to the plate. Polonius batting .333. He's played in 3 games so far in this tournament, 6 at-bats. Small sample size, 2 hits, 1 RBI. And that first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Runners on first and second for Team Holland. And snap throw down to first. And the ball on a good throw might have challenged Dwayne Kemp. Would have been very close, but it ends up popping out of the glove and rolling away so that Kalian Sams can advance to third. Question would be if you call that an error 3. I'd say error 3 to help him advance to third base. Sams, and next pitch, and he pops that one into foul territory to Sams, and in foul territory he can catch it for the second out of the inning. Sams can't advance home on that. Foul out to the first baseman, Verhelewegen, or Verhelewegen. I know a little bit of Dutch, so I have to get those guttural sounds in, but boy, if I had to do that all day, I could tell you, I know from my stays and speaking longer periods of Dutch, my throat's killing me afterwards. Already at the start of at the top of the lineup is Dahl, as that ball caroms through the Dutch dugout and back onto the field of play. Dahl takes strike one. That one was hot. It went right through the opening into the dugout and bounced back out on the other side. Dahl got a single in his first at-bat. Throw over to first base. Keep Dwayne Campbell honest. Pulls that one foul, almost to the exact same space as the previous foul ball. So it's 0-2 now, the count. 2 foul balls back into the Dutch dugout. And a grin on the man's face there, who's sitting and certainly, I'm sure, keeping his eyes peeled as Dahl is pulling the balls mightily. Next pitch comes 0-2, and he swings and misses to end. A very productive inning, however, for Dahl and Team Netherlands, who, after surrendering 2 runs in the top half of the first, respond with 5. You're watching the European Baseball Championships on Baseball Softball TV.
Abgelenkt und genervt, von trockenen, juckenden Augen? Nicht mit Purposat, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.sanoctua.com.
Right, after 1 inning, 5-2. Team Holland, Team Netherlands beating Team Belgium here in the second quarterfinal game of the European Baseball Championships. And in the batter's box, batting leadoff in this inning at the top of the second for Belgium is De Quint, who sees a ball at 1, and the count goes to 1-2. Belgium feeling the wrath, you could say, of Team Netherlands there after the defending champions surrendered 2 runs in the top half of the first, pounding out 3 home runs and responding in, yeah, you could say in champion-like style. And Delanoy hits a soft liner to the first baseman, Curt Smith, for the first out of the inning. Line drive right at the first baseman. And stepping to the plate is the first baseman for Team Belgium. And one of the pleasant surprises for them, Jamie Verhelewegen, batting .364 in 11 at-bats, and he slashes one Oh, and a beautiful diving stop there by the shortstop and throws to first. That's Polonius. Nice play by the Netherlands shortstop. Stop that ball and throw in plenty of time to Smith for already the second out of the inning. And Utema already finding a groove here in the bottom part of the lineup, and there's a chopper to the third baseman. Beautiful bare-handed play there by Scope. Excellent. Had to charge that hard, bare-handed it to first to punch out Boesmans. And already, as we just come back, and we're going to take a commercial break, with the Netherlands leading 5-2 after an inning and a half against Team Belgium. Three of them homers, and a total of 6 hits, seven hits in that inning. And Gleason's looking to get over some initial jitters. Keep Team Netherlands at bay. And stepping to the plate is Roger Bernardina, the center fielder. He hit a single the first inning, and he slashes another single to the center fielder, who also has to get the ball in quickly. A big turn by Bernardina. One pitch and already one hit for Team Netherlands here in the bottom half of the second inning. And coming to the plate is Curt Smith, who got Team Netherlands on the board with a 3-run home run just over the glove of Delanoy in the top half of the first. Big lead by Bernardina, the tall center fielder for Holland. He's on first base with that single. The first pitch to Curt Smith is a strike. And they pick off Bernardina. Beautiful play there by Gleasons, who just saw that was way too much. And yep, no doubt about that. No arguments from the Dutch, as Bernardina slashes a single and is quickly eliminated on the pickoff. Back to Curt Smith, who gets plunked. Oh, just as that base was cleared, Curt Smith gets hit by a pitch and goes on to first base himself. A pickoff followed by immediately by a hit by pitch to Curt Smith. Well, one out. Stepping to the plate is Charlton Scope, the third baseman. He struck out just last inning, and he fouls that one back. That just might make it to the other field for strike one. If you're tuning in late, Israel has already advanced to the semifinals with an 8-2 victory against France. And also that one goes right into the stands, and Spectator there a little unhappy. He couldn't, but that was a hot smash. I don't know if you want to put your hands too much in that front of that one, but for the second strike to Scope. Curt Smith with not nearly as big a lead as Roger Bernardina had, and probably won't be picked off. Ball 1 to Scope. Gleasons gets the sign. Pitch comes, and that curveball is fouled back. Count remains 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch comes, and he gets that one just under the glove of the third baseman, and Curt Smith rounds second base. He stops at third, and double by Charlon Scope sends Curt Smith to third base. Hot smash for the third baseman, Gapol, who just couldn't get the glove down in time to stop it, and the ball rolls into the corner right down the line. And Smith stops at third, standing. And already the second hit of the inning. One of those runners, the runner Banadino, was picked off of first base. Now, after Curt Smith was hit by a pitch, 2 runners on base, second and third. Coming to the plate, a home run hitter, Ademar Rafaela, takes strike 1. He had a home run last inning, the 6th he's hit so far in this tournament. Batting 1 for 1. Gleasons throws the ball, and that one's fouled back and out of play. Gafol not able to reach that. Count goes to 0-2. Rafaela now with 15 RBIs in this tournament after the home run in the first inning. Left-hander ready for the pitch, and Gleasons winds up. Pitch comes. That one just low. Gleasons gets the ball, and count 1-2 with 1 out. And that one's smashed. Foul down the first base line. Just foul. Count remains 1-2. To this tournament's power hitter, par excellence, Ademar Rafaela. Runners on second and third for Team Netherlands. Gleasons with the pitch, foul back in again. Gleasons comes in with a little bit of heat there. Rafaela steps back into the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch coming his way. And that one's high for ball 2. Gleasons was happy after giving up the leadoff single to get a runner out of there. And there's a little dribbler to the second baseman, and who can only pick it up and throw out Rafaela, but Curt Smith is able to cross home plate on that ground out and increases the lead for Team Netherlands to 6-2 off the end of his bat with very little velocity, but still a tough play because the second baseman Dilla was shading him far to the right. And first pitch to Clementina is a fly ball to the right fielder DeVolf to end the bottom half of the second inning. Netherlands put 1 run on the board, though. 6-2 is the lead for the defending champions. You're watching the European Baseball Championships on Baseball Softball TV.
Mama?
Genau, das ist der dritte Baseman. Bevor man Schlag für das welche Team in der oberen Hälfte. Da gibt aber 4 Runs der Rückstand. Die Jungs mit den schwarzen Shirts. 2:6 Spielstand aus Sicht des belgischen Teams. Und das ist Strikeout. Swingers. Zweiter Strike. Strike 2. Hoher Schlag ins Centerfield und Benamina auf den Posten. Jetzt raus. Hoher Schlag. Level Renner. Auf den Left Fielder. Level Renner. What? Einmal ein Strike. Single. Level Renner. On first.
Der dreht für die Bilder.
die offensive groups, was we hebben team in de zin. Still 2 rounds, we have 6. I'm beginning to go very soon. Dwayne Campbell und John Phillips für Spielstand, einmal lässt sich übers Vorwort gezimmert, das Ding. Das war doch ein toller Samsung. Jetzt drücken, der nächste Schlagnummer bei Dwayne Campbell. Für Holland im dritten Frame. Ja, da muss Arthur Wilsons den Ball abgeben. Applaus für den männlichen Starter Arthur Wilsons. Der erste Lied gewählt. Der Ukraine. Und der rausgefunden hat, wo der eingelaufen kommt, dann sagt er. Wechsel angezeigt bekommen. Zuerst gibt es den Ball an der Matte und dann den missglückten Wurf an den 2 Base. Dort wird Lukas Fokus an die dritte Base. Was war das Position? Runners Position. Der First Baseman is basically macht das 2 aus. Läufer bleibt auf der Line. Runner remains in third base. It's goal position 2 down.
Also nicht den Catch. Und zwar aus. Bonn aktiv hier.
Captain kann immer den Ball und jetzt irgendwie Prinz noch fast den Handschuh an den Ball, aber der schießt dann doch nicht vorbei. Bis es ausfiel. Und jetzt war es Wort. 8:2 now. Nächster Spielstand. Spieler von über die nächsten Mal zu tun. Aber First Baseman, Curt Smith. Ja, Park! So viele Baseballspieler auf der Tribüne, keiner fällt den Ball. Ja, war wahrscheinlich deutlich zu hoch und weit gefangen. Lässt sie zum Glück aus. 8:2 Spielstand. Is my foul ball for this in rush. Holland und 2-1 für den Mitspieler der Holländer. Wir kommen auch raus mit der Congratulations aus der Luft zum ersten Haus. Da Robert on second base and catcher Helen Clementina. Next man batting for 2 Netherlands.
genervt von trockenen, juckenden Augen? Nicht mit Purposat, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.sanoctua.com.
So, dann Wechsel bei der holländischen Nationalmannschaft. Für Charles Schroot jetzt Jürgen Wildkaster im Spiel. Perfekt. Erster Strike für Jamie Verheilwirchen. Halten da mit dem Wurf und Curt Smith. Und der Wechsel bei den Niederländern Ricardo now catching the tray line.
Never change the running system aus an der ersten Base mit Ball Runs mit 22 Minuten.
is hit to right center field, over the fence. The one fan waiting out there gets himself a souvenir. And the leadoff hitter, Galo, gets his second home run of this tournament. First pitch sends it over the right center field fence to make the score. 11-2. Let's take another look at that one, as he goes the opposite field to a large extent, and it's pretty obvious at that point when the ball's going to go far enough, and you start to feel a little bit of sympathy now for Team Belgium, who seem resigned to their fate going down here in the quarterfinals at these championships. And the next pitch to the next batter, Roger Banadina. He's 3 for 3 today. And he takes ball 1. Next pitch is pulled foul down the first base line for strike 1. 1-1 to count. Velocity there, and the pitch is just not high enough to really cause problems for these Dutch players who, many of them with connections to the big leagues, Major League Baseball in the United States, playing Seattle minor league clubs, or Texas, Cincinnati Reds, Minnesota Twins. You see all kinds of major league clubs on the roster here represented. That next pitch is low for ball 2. And it's simply, obviously, looking at the Dutch roster, not a single one in any form or manner or form. And that one also just barely clears the right field fence. And making the score on that Roger Bernardina home run, 12-2. Back-to-back home runs here in the bottom of the 5th have increased that lead to 10 runs. I was saying, you start feeling a little bit of sympathy. Then that ball was really on a rope, where it was hardly high enough to get over the fence, but it got just barely over it. And Bernardina is 4 for 4 now on this day. And at the plate is Curt Smith. Curt Smith has hit a home run himself and is 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch almost. They count 2-0 to Curt Smith. That one's also low for ball 3. That one's outside for ball 4. 4 pitches. Bases on balls 2. Curt Smith. Looking down into the bullpen for Belgium, which I have a straight view at from my vantage point. And hard to know. I don't see any activity. I see, there's one man getting up, warming up his arm a little bit now. And number 77 steps to the plate as the Netherlands bring in a new player in this game. Scope exits for the pinch hitter, who takes a big swing and a miss. Count goes 1-1. Score is 12-2 in the bottom half of the 5th. Nobody out, runner on first base. That ball's in dirt, gets past the catcher, and Curt Smith advances to second base on the wild pitch. Really getting tough for now for the for the Belgian team. As I was saying earlier, they've resigned themselves to their fate. And the fight is pretty much out here at the moment. And that ball is called ball 3, a 3-1 count. That ball low for ball 4. Another base on balls. And now the Belgian manager comes to the mound. Sven Hendricks. And it looks like there'll be a new pitcher coming into the game for Team Belgium. A round of applause. As that was a tough performance for number 18. We'll be back as we watched as the warm-up, the relief pitcher for Team Belgium warms up in a few moments. As we watch the Belgium relief pitcher, the new relief pitcher, warm up, gather around second base. You can't see it in this picture. All 4 infielders for Team Belgium chatting with Curt Smith as they wait for play to resume. Standing alone or with the first base coach for Team Netherlands is the pinch hitter, Jorlendel de Caster. Stepping in now or taking over for Scope, I presume at third base, as he pinch hit for Scope. He just drew a base on balls. And now the next hitter for Team Netherlands is Ademar Rafaela. He's 1 for 3 today with a home run, and he takes strike 1. There's nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on first and second. DeCaster at first, Smith at second. And batting is Rafaela, who gets one just past the second baseman. Dilla diving in vain and drives in another run. Rafaela with that single. As Curt Smith gets all the way home from second base. Valiant effort by the second baseman Dilla, but just beyond his reach and stopping at second base is DeCaster. Jorlendel de Caster has taken over. He pinch hit for Scope. And now new batter stepping in for the Netherlands, number 21. He's going to take over for Clementina. He takes ball 1. Next pitch comes, and that one. Adila, the second baseman, just bent over and looked at the ground as that ball is launched over the right field fence for a 3-run home run. To increase the lead for the Team Netherlands to 16-2. The bleeding is now very heavy as batters are hitting at will for the Netherlands. And yet another home run. The third alone in this inning. Stepping to the plate is Kallian Sams, and there's still no one out. The first pitch is in for a strike. A lot of chatter there, and he lines that one down the left field line. Sams is going to get to second base, standing up. So throw comes in, but no play. Sams with a stand-up double as Belgian pitching has been thrashed today. Extra base hits have been numerous. Kallian Sams with a double there for him. Home run. Now at the plate is the designated hitter, Dwayne Campbell. Runner on second base. Team Belgium still looking for that first out. Campbell, his check swing doesn't stop in time, and he takes strike one. Kallian Sams at second base. That one goes for strike two. Kemp looked a little skeptical about that call. No 0-2 pitch coming. And that one's outside for ball one. Dwayne Kemp is this 8th hitter in this inning for Team Holland. Nobody out so far. Next pitch comes. That one's high and inside for ball two. 2-2 pitch on the way. Nobody out. Runner on second base, and there's a high foul ball out of play. That lands right in the grandstands behind first base. Somebody will be happy to walk away with a souvenir. Count remains 2-2. To Dwayne Kemp. And fastball fouled back. Score, as you see, 16-2. Belgium jumped to the lead 2-0 in the top half of the first. Got to the Dutch pitcher quickly in Anthem, but since then it's all Netherlands as the Dutch pitcher settled down, and there's a ball into the right center field gap that gets to the fence. Sams scores easily. Kemp jogs into second base for a stand-up double, RBI. The lead's now 17-2. And with that, the game has been ended. 15-run mercy rule. 15 runs, and the board's already cleared in center field. 17-2. The Netherlands with the most convincing victory, I believe, in this tournament so far. It's there was pure dominance. With that, we'll be waiting a few hours for the game that starts this evening. My name is John Plumpers, and I've been leading you through this broadcast of the quarterfinal game between the Netherlands and Belgium and Bonn, Germany at the European Baseball Championships. Come back at 7 o'clock. There's also a game at 4:30 in Solingen. I hope you enjoy the rest of the action as the two teams greet each other, congratulate each other, and in the infield as the defending champions Netherlands show they're a force to be contended with. Take care. Thanks a lot. You see the final score, 17-2 for the Netherlands. with the manager of the Netherlands, Evert Jan Toen.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you expect it to be that easy?
No, of course not. You can't underestimate any team in this tournament. And we got behind 2-0 in the first. So, but Interma, he recovered quickly through a really good game. And of course we hit a lot of home runs.
I think I counted 7 or 8. And you have a powerful team. So you can already start looking ahead. You're going to watch the game between Spain and Czech, I presume. That would be your next opponent. Any preferences?
No preferences. It doesn't matter. I mean, we are ready to play, and we'll wait and see who we're going to play.
Do you think you need to make any changes at this moment, or can you put any player out on the field and expect the same quality? Are you going to maybe hold back a pitcher for the final? Because semifinal, you only have 2 more games to go if you win the semifinal.
No, we're not holding back. Of course, now we have the qualification to go to the qualification tournament for next week, but we still want to be European Championship, and we want to win it all next week as well.
Well, best of luck to you. It was quite convincing. I saw you for the first time today. I'd seen other scores, of course. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you in the next couple of days.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Good.
Thanks, Everett.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To bylo všechno.